Hello, everyone. This is Will.
This is Alex.
Welcome back to another episode of They Mostly Come Out at Night.
Mostly.
Wow.
Hee-haw, hee-haw.
Wow.
Hoochie coochie.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around what we watched.
Beauty.
Yeah. Some insanity, wrapped in beauty, I guess. I don't know if
Insanity is beauty.
I don't know.
Okay.
I guess chaos is beauty.
It is on this podcast.
It is
100%.
Chaos is beauty.
That's what we need. We don't want normie shit.
No, why would we want normie shit?
We want to be entertained.
Well, yeah.
You not,
Are you not entertained?
I fucking am.
I'm very
I
entertained.
fucking am.
This is for a B movie. This is fucking entertaining as shit. You know why? Because it's fucking unique as fuck.
Yeah.
Talk about unpredictable.
Talk about fucking going there.
My God. It just went places I did not expect it to ever go.
No. How could you?
I don't know. It's actually, oddly, good, but in,
I like it.
a weird way.
I like it.
It's not your conventional movie.
Oh,
and that's why
no.
I like it. That's why I like it. It's not conventional at all.
No.
So the movie we watched tonight is Prey.
All I knew about this movie.
Indie UK B movie.
Yep. It's a independent horror movie from the UK. All I knew about it is that there is an alien and there is a lesbian couple.
And all I knew about it before going in was the
Alien.
the thumbnail, because the alien is on the fucking box art that they used, and it's
On YouTube, yeah.
He looks like a kitty man.
He is a kitty man.
He's a kitty man.
He's a little kitty cat who has urges. He needs to fucking eat. He's protein. Okay? Turns out humans...
Yeah, but he has to fuck first, and then find out that they yeah. We'll get to it. We'll get to all that. So we're introduced to just the credits and this weird
Atari music.
yeah, it's this synthesized Atari music, and it's just showing all the credits, and then we get a girl laying in bed, and she's like,
No, we get a black screen.
oh, you're right, yeah, and then some
And it's K-Tor to command ship, K-Tor to command ship, blah blah blah. I'm making I'm landing.
yeah,
I'm landing.
and then we get the girl in bed.
Wakes up from a nightmare.
She screams from a nightmare, and then a green and white flash starts to happen.
A disco ball.
Yeah. She
So
looks out the window and just stares at it for a
bunch
minute.
of lights, start flashing into the window, and then she runs into another room.
And she talks to this
Another lady.
a lady in bed, and she's like, wake up, there was lights in my room, and everything. And she's like, well, why were you screaming? And the girl was like, well, I was having another nightmare, and I was thinking about, what was it, Steven? Stefan,
my God.
I can't remember. Some guy that they used to be friends, and he used to visit a lot.
I can't. Oh my God.
And I can't remember his name.
Why did I forget his name? God
But
damn it.
but he used to come around a lot, and now he doesn't. And so she's like, why is he always in my dreams? And I was dreaming that something horrible happened to him.
Yeah, he was chasing me or something.
Yeah,
Where I
or
was being
someone was
chased,
chasing them.
Yeah.
So then after that scene, the girl's like, oh, we'll just go to bed, it's okay. And then so we get a day for night monster vision. Monsto vision.
As he wanders around, looks in the house.
And then looks in the house, and then he goes then we get a couple making
out in a car.
This is the only cliche thing about this entire movie.
Sure.
I would argue the only cliche thing. Because the sex in the car death is always inevitable.
Classic.
In kind of these monster horror movies.
It's a classic.
So they're trying to the guy's of course trying to mac on the girl. I've never seen this before. Guy's trying to mac on the girl.
And she's
says
like,
stop.
no. And then he's
I don't want to do this.
He gets out. He's like, I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah.
She's gonna go masturbate in the woods, and he stands there and he sees the monster, and he's like, "Get out of here, you pervert!" And throws
Throw
a
the
rock?
stick and the monster
And then just like the monster just like somehow like just runs up behind him, and like we see him like throwing him behind a bush and kills him.
And then like drags his body away, and she like, oh no, not yet.
Like
Sorry,
we see him dragging the
I
body
thought
away.
she got out of the car and saw him dragging the body away.
She sees something, but
She
we
sees
do
like
see
bushes moving.
yeah.
So the
But
guy,
we do see him dragging the body away, and then she sees it, screams, and runs away.
so she runs away, and she runs right into the arms of her dude.
Of a man.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, thank God! I thought like something was chasing us back there."
And then
they start to embrace,
And then it pans up to his face,
and his eyes are all red.
and he's turning Monster Man.
And then he like you just hear,
Like he hugged her to death.
"Yep, the bear hug, the bear hug of death."
He broke all her bones, Will.
So now the two ladies of the house are listening to the radio.
And the radio starts talking about people seeing lights.
Yes, and the girl's like, "Oh, there must be something to
Like
this."
I told you,
and
I wasn't
everything.
crazy.
Yeah, and so then the other girl's like, "Okay, well, let's just go for a walk." I guess like they basically like it just leads
Yeah.
that way where they're like, "You know what? Let's just go for a walk."
We get a romantic walk.
So they're walking.
So it's a lesbian couple, okay?
Yeah.
And we get a romantic walk. They sit on like it's like stool, and they're talking. And one of them's like, "I'm so glad you're here. Like, we have like what we have is special, and it's forever."
And she like kisses her on the forehead, and the girl's like, "Okay, bye."
And then but she's like saying like like this is forever.
Well, I that's literally the girl's reaction after all this. She's just like, "Okay, I'm leaving."
Yeah, she's not.
She just bounces.
She bounces.
So she
She
goes.
ain't got the commitment.
So the girl like chases after her, and then they like are still walking, and then they come upon like 3 dead rabbits.
Oh yeah,
And like, oh no, what could have done that?
at like 3 at the same time.
And the girl's like, oh, it must have been a fox. And the other girl's like, it's Jessica and the crazy lady. I can't remember her name. Josephine. Okay, Jessica and Josephine. So Josephine is like the blonde one, and then Jessica is like a brunette.
Yeah.
And so, just to kind of give you some context. So they see the dead rabbits, and like Josephine's like, well, it must have been a fox. And like Jessica's like, well, oh no, sorry. Is it Jessica that says it must have been a fox? And then Josephine says like, well, it must have been a really quick fox to take out 3 rabbits all at one time.
And they have a little like kind of argument because the brunette one is
So Jessica wants to like leave the house.
she doesn't want to like stay there. She kind of wants to go out and not be like housebound. essentially.
Understandably, she wants to get out of the house and like
Well.
travel the world. But Josephine has other ideas.
We will see.
Yes.
But yeah,
so Josephine's very adamantly against
and she gets
her
like
leaving the
she
house.
gets very like upset right away.
She gets really standoffish, and it's like, that's a bad idea. Like,
Yeah.
don't do that.
So they kind of split up, and then we hear like twig snapping noises,
And so
dramatic twig snaps.
Jessica gets all freaked out, and she like looks around. She's like, "Who's there? Who's there?" And then we see our dude coming out of like the side of the house.
And he's limping.
Yep. And so they both see him, and Jessica's like, "Well, we need to help him. Like, we need to like assist him."
Mm.
And Josephine's like, "I don't think that's a good idea. We should probably like oh no, sorry." She like is kind of a little bit apprehensive, but then
Yeah.
is like, "Okay, fine."
She's she's not as like Jessica is the one who's like willing to help.
Yeah, she wants to help this guy because he's limping and like
Even though he's talking very
and he came around the corner from their own house.
yeah.
Weird behavior.
Yeah.
But she's like, "Okay, whatever, it's fine.
It's fine.
You know what? Let's just take this guy in. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Everything will be fine.
Everything will be A-okay. Nothing bad could ever happen from
Nope.
taking a random stranger into your house."
So they talk to him. He says his name is Anderson. That's all he says.
That's all he says. And then so
and he's
like
acting very like
weird because they ask him where he's from, and he does.
let's just say this. He talks like someone who doesn't know what being like human is.
It's actually pretty convincing, if I'm being honest.
It's pretty funny. Just because they'll like they give him tea.
And it's like he
And
hates
he just
it.
well, no, he doesn't hate it.
Oh, it's too hot.
He fucking takes like a dunk of it and just like burns himself.
Well, he also has like no understanding of like words because
Yeah.
like they'll say something and he's like inquisitive about like
Yeah.
every single word they say. Like he doesn't know what hot means. He doesn't know like it's obviously
Yeah.
just an alien
He's
in a guy's body that has
he's
no
learning.
idea how like life works.
Yeah, he's very much learning everything, and there's he's very curious.
He like starts staring. They have a bird cage with a parrot in it.
Yeah,
And they start staring like incessantly
Yeah.
at this bird. Like he just like continues to stare at it because they tell him to rest while they go get like I guess some stuff to like help him with his leg. And for no reason whatsoever, he like just rests and like watches the bird, and the girl Jessica goes to the pond and like dips her toes in and then just
takes off her fucking
takes
top.
off her blouse, lays down, and then next scene.
Yeah, well, don't forget there's the scene where they're talking and Josephine decides that he's fucking staying for dinner.
Oh yeah, because
Remember?
Josephine's like, oh, like he's just like Jessica's like,
Jessica's
is
like,
he
he's
acting weird?
Yeah,
to
because
you?
Jessica's
And,
like he's really weird, and
Josephine's like, no, that's just men. Men just act like
it's
that.
normal.
It's just normal for men to act like that.
You just act like
Totally
a
normal.
normal dude.
Yep, he's just a normal dude. All men are idiots.
Just guys being dudes,
He's just-
okay?
He's just being a dude, and he's not giving us any information, and he's acting like a total dumbass.
Well,
He's just being a dude.
He's just being a bro.
I mean,
True.
that's a fair point.
True.
It's a fair point.
It's true. It's all true.
All right, you got me, Josephine. You're
It's
right.
all true.
You right.
Bitch can't even drink tea. It's all true. But
So
she's
like-
the one who's like, oh, it's
She's
fine.
like, you know what? We're gonna invite him to dinner. It'll be fine. He can
And
stay here for.
he can
a
even
day.
stay the night.
Yes.
Jessica's kind of like really, I don't know.
Like Jessica, even Jessica's like, are you sure you want to
Going
do
far.
that? Like that's going a little far. So then,
Little did she know.
and then we get the boob scene, and then so like the guy gets up and like starts. Well, we
Just
hear like
staring at the fucking parrot.
yeah, and then we hear like radio chatter,
Yeah.
and he goes to the radio and hears like that the police have found like an off-run like Volkswagen in the forest or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh yeah, and then he fucking
And
goes
he goes to the police, like where the police are investigating
to where the Volkswagen is,
And
and
so
just like
they-
stands there,
and the cops are like, "Hey, is this your car?"
and then he runs off.
And then obviously the
They
cops
chase
are
him.
going to chase him because he looks guilty now.
And he just noms them. He fucking eats them.
You're rushing through this. There's an intense chase scene where
It's like 5 seconds.
I know. Just kidding.
Bitch.
I'm just joking.
You know what happens though? It has my favorite edit. My second favorite edit. My first favorite edit in the movie is during the fucking party scene, which has the best fucking edit. But this has the second one.
My
Which is
favorite
just
edit.
his
comes,
in
my
the fucking.
favorite edit comes way later.
Okay. I think you know what mine is though.
Do you know what mine is?
No, I have no idea.
I lost my shit at it.
Oh, that's not an edit. That's a fucking decision.
It's an edit.
No, that's art. It's fucking.
It's an edit. It's an artful edit.
Listen, it's madness.
It is
That was-
total madness, and that's why I love it.
Jesus.
It broke me.
There's a part in this where he's like playing Solid Snake, hiding in the bush,
Oh yeah, just
and then the cop like walks past him, and then we just a close up of his cat face,
like,
and a cut as he just like hops out of the bush onto the cop and eats him. Then the other cop like sees it, the body, and there's like chunks of meat on the cop, and then he kills him too. There's like a little struggle, but
he noms both the cops,
and
then he goes back to the house
he's fine.
so they can have dinner.
Yep.
So now he's sitting at a table, and Josephine walks in with a big bowl of lettuce.
And she starts talking about how they're vegetarians.
They don't like
Destroying-
nature.
And like what's the earth's beauty and
Right.
so on and so
You
forth.
know? So they're like
So
they're
I
like
mean-
new age. Like they act like, basically in this scene, they act like vegans would right now.
Yes, and I knew this was going to be bad because our boy has shown a love of meat.
So our boy, like, he takes, like, some of the salad.
Some of the rabbit food.
And he eats it, and then he immediately spits it out.
Spits it
takes
out.
the giant pitcher of water.
And dunks it in his fucking face.
And Josephine's like, "You monster!"
It just runs away, like, embarrassed at his behavior with the fucking rabbit food.
And then Josephine gets all pissed off, and like Jessica goes to see, like,
because he gets
if
like
he's okay, because he gets like water all over him.
And she's like, I'm gonna go see if there's like anything else he can put on.
And enter random ass subplot that actually makes sense.
So she goes to this like chest, and there's these it's the clothes of the guy who was there before. Simon.
Simon
Right.
in his name, yes.
Simon's clothes. So she keeps looking.
To give, I guess, some background, it's the guy that we mentioned in the beginning that like kept coming around, and Jessica really liked him.
Yeah,
and then he stopped coming around.
He was specifically coming around for Jessica.
For a mysterious reason that we figure out now.
She keeps looking, and she sees one of his clothes has blood on it. And then she sees a hat.
Like his little cap.
That he apparently would never take off. And then she also sees a fucking huge knife.
It's a switchblade, but it is fucking
the
massive.
biggest switchblade I've ever seen in my life.
Goddamn gigantic, man.
She sees that and like hears Josephine coming upstairs and just closes everything and just pretends like nothing's going on.
Right, and then so later, she says like to Josephine, "I am just getting clothes for." Our guy, because
but I can't find any.
I can't find any. And then she's like, "Oh well, we'll get him set up." And then they're cleaning up after dinner in the kitchen, and I guess Jessica like kind of confronts Josephine, like a little bit.
She's like, I don't get why like Simon just stopped coming around, and also do you remember like he always had that cap on, and he would never take that cap off. Just kind of
she's
offhandedly
trying to like probe into Josephine to get her to confess.
But she's just saying like maybe he was jealous of us.
Yep.
Of what we have, like our bond.
So then
she
so next scene,
let me tell you. So
Jessica
she puts she tries to put our guy into bed.
Yes.
And she just tells him, lock the door. Trust me, just lock the door.
Yeah, because she's wary of Josephine for now, but she forgets about it, all of it, like just the next scene.
She has needs.
That has to be, yes.
Okay?
That has to be it.
We're adults.
So she literally
goes to bed.
She's all worried, tells him to lock the door, and then goes into Josephine's room. Why at the beginning? At the beginning of the film, they were in separate
rooms. Yeah.
Why?
I have no idea.
But it doesn't matter now. But anyway,
doesn't matter.
So she goes,
they're in full on.
And fucking Josephine and Jessica just start having full on sex.
Yes.
Like just making out, like taking each other's clothes off, like just
no. It's borderline softcore porn.
Yes.
Not even borderline. It's full on.
It's softcore lesbian porn.
Like full on, and
I was not expecting this.
No,
I really wasn't, because up until this point, the movie's been pretty mild. Every like murder is like kind of almost
has been mild
off screen.
Yeah, it's been pretty mild.
Like it's been like everyone gets killed off screen. The only gore we've seen is one policeman who had his body torn up, but it looked fake as hell.
Yeah,
and then and now all of a sudden we're getting this softcore porn scene,
full on, like full frontal, everything just going all the way. And my face.
This is the best. So while they're having sex,
it cuts to our guy just standing there. It's like
they told him to stand in position, and then like forgot to say action, and then so he's standing completely still, and then starts to move,
and then it's like it cuts. We see him standing still, and then like in like 1 second he starts moving, and then he starts slowly like walking down the corridor, with this like heartbeat sound effect.
I will say this house is fucking
It's
huge.
huge.
It is
It
giant.
gives
It's like a goddamn mansion.
well, it gives time. It gives time from him to wander all the way from his room
While we get,
to their room.
we kind of get cuts of them still having
Fucking.
sex. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we get cuts of everything.
Like, Josephine taking off her panties and all this stuff. Like, it's
Yeah.
full on.
No, everything.
Yeah.
And she fingers her, everything. It's all there.
Yeah.
It's all there. And he just slowly ambles on over. And then eventually he, like, just kind of, like,
Well, like,
peeks in.
He peeks in and then, like, sees them both, like, rolling around on the bed. And then his eyes go red. For, I guess, a reason. And then and then he goes outside into, like, this little shed. And then he contacts the mothership.
Yeah. And he just tells him, like, I've made contact.
Well, they're like, do not engage. Like, do not engage until we know.
Keep gathering information.
Yeah, keep gathering information. Do not engage. So, it's morning now.
Yeah.
Oh, we should mention before that Josephine, it's important for this scene, Josephine and Jessica have a chicken farm. They have, like, about 3 chickens
Yes.
that they harvest eggs from. And, like, apparently Josephine's really attached to the chickens.
We find out now. Because she
God,
goes
she goes fucking batshit.
to the farm and she sees all the chickens are dead.
Yep.
All of them.
Because Kitty got hungry,
Well,
supposedly. No,
He
or
saw-
Fox got hungry.
he saw things.
Yes.
He saw things he shouldn't have seen, Will.
He did, and he got hungry.
He got fucking...
He's like, well, I can't fuck, so I better
he had to
eat.
go get some cock. Okay.
I did make that joke.
You made that joke, and I'm not...
But I also realized that they are, like, hens, so, like, it doesn't
I
quite
don't
make
give a
sense,
shit.
But
I don't give a shit.
he couldn't
I'm
fuck.
almost... Well,
He couldn't fuck, so he goes and gets cock.
when they wrote this, do you think that, like... do you think that when they wrote this, they didn't think of that joke? They
They
had
probably
to.
did. I guarantee they
They
did.
had to.
He had
They
to,
knew.
he had to get a little homosexual action for
He got
himself.
cock.
He got cock.
They were getting tacos, okay? he fucking... He got himself some action. But she's pissed.
She is, like, livid.
She immediately, like, sets traps, gets
She
a
like
fucking
gets
shotgun.
a shotgun. Even though this is like the vegetarians from before that didn't want to harm nature,
But
until nature harms their nature.
she thinks it's a fox.
Yes.
So she wants to go fucking murk. She's gonna take a shotgun and blast some fucking fox.
Overdoing something that it naturally
Like,
does.
it's fine.
But
She
so
gets
she sends Jessica away into the forest
With-
to lure out the with a stick.
with alien bro.
Yeah, and Jessica, it's kind of annoying because Jessica just spends the whole scene. Yeah.
Like smacking the grass with a stick.
He.
The guy just like slowly just kind of ambles around.
He's just like, whatever.
And then
I'm just here to watch you guys.
Josephine like sees something, shoots it, misses, yells at the guy.
He's like, damn it, I missed it.
Calls him like useless, and then like they go back inside the house.
And so we get the guy, he goes back into the forest and like crawls around.
And finds a fox, I guess.
Well, I love this scene too because like it shows him like it's like quickly, really quickly, like
Morphing.
like turning into
The kitty cat?
like, and that's how it goes. It's like like, and then he leaps into the bushes.
He leapfrogs into like on the thing, and then we see Josephine and Jessica in the house, and they're kind of like comforting each other, and then Jessica says like, remember? She's like, do you think he's gonna come back, or did he leave? And Josephine's like, I don't care what happens to him. I just care about you.
So then Alien Bro comes in.
He comes in
a fox and just
smacks
slams it on the table.
Smacks a fucking dead fox right on their little like chest table.
Just fucking whips it out and slams it on the table.
It just stands there. Like, I brought it for you, bitch. Take it. It's insanity.
Oh my god!
And they're just like, you know what? This is great. We should
This
celebrate.
calls for a celebration. Jessica's making
have a
a
party.
cake. They have champagne. Like they're gonna dress up, and they're like,
And they're like,
well, what do we
what
have
do-
for him
yeah.
to wear?
What is he gonna wear? And she's like, oh, We'll find something. I didn't know.
I had no idea.
But
the next scene is them sitting at the table.
well, no.
Oh no, so Jessica's
next-
making the cake.
They're making the cake, but then after they make the cake, we see them putting a dress on our alien boy,
Yep, while Jessica's taking a bath.
and he has like lipstick on, so he's in drag.
He's in full drag.
The next 20 minutes, our alien boy is in drag.
It's great.
It's amazing.
It's actually brilliant.
It's actually the most.
I loved it.
It's actually the craziest thing I've ever seen, and I love it.
It's great.
It's
fucking awesome.
it's a house of two lesbians and an alien dude trying to be human dressed in drag.
Yeah.
There's so many
And
layers.
somehow they make it work.
And somehow
I don't.
it's
I
magic.
Don't really know how, but they did.
They did it. And
So,
it's,
like, the alien apparently loves champagne.
okay,
because
so they do a toast.
They do a toast, and the alien, like, takes the champagne and, like, sniffs it and then sips it, and then, like, drinks it, like,
Well, eventually
whole.
he like
He starts, like, taking
it's
the
funny
bottle.
because one of them is like holding the bottle of champagne, and then the alien like kind of slowly like whisks it away, and you just see him like pour a glass, drink, pour a glass, drink.
So Jessica gets a brilliant
Oh my God.
idea.
She puts on music.
She wants to put on music and dance with Josephine.
And they start dancing, and Josephine is like,
This is a really, like, it's kind of well shot, I would say. It's kind of weird because every time they're rotating in front of the alien dude, right?
as he's sitting on a couch drinking champagne.
So every time they rotate, Josephine will look at him, like, seductively and, like, lick, like, Jessica's, like, cheek or, like,
lick her cheek or like
suck on her neck
yeah,
or something like
just
that.
do like something seductive.
And then every time it rotates to Jessica, she's, like, looking away from him.
She's looking away. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't want to look at him. It was like a weird, like,
It's
juxtaposition.
yeah.
Like, because, like, Josephine, you can tell
She's
like, she wants that drag meat.
apparently.
So
It gets crazier
yeah, it's
because then
so then Jessica's like, okay, well, why don't you dance together?
like, oh, I
have to go get the cake.
I have to get the cake, and then it changes to like a slow jam, and then
They awkward. I love
This
this.
scene is so crazy.
When she's like, just dance together. You see, like, the alien and, like,
oh, this is my favorite edit in the movie.
like, he puts down the glass and, like, just, like,
no,
looks.
because the whole scene, the alien is on the couch, pouring glass, drinking, pour glass,
And
drink.
he looks fine. You know?
And he's like smiling,
Yeah.
like he's enjoying himself. And as soon as he's like, "Hey, Anderson, dance with Josephine," it cuts, and then his smile just like turns into like a worry.
It almost goes through, like, a face of disgust.
Nah, it's more like he goes from smiling to being like scared. Like mid pour, he's like,
Oh no!
"It's just oh no!"
So they
Like
start,
it's a comedy edit. It's great.
so they start, like, awkwardly dancing together. Like, Josephine, like, puts her,
she's like
her
okay,
hand on his shoulders.
First, it's just like him sitting there, like looking at her, terrified, and her like slowly, like getting closer and closer. Then eventually he like stands up, and she, puts her arms on him, and starts like trying to kiss him,
Like, pull him down to get a kiss.
like pulling him down, like getting like where
And-
she's like shaking, trying to pull him down.
And the girl with the cake comes back, and, like, Josephine pulls away, and now is all, like, really pissed.
Yeah, he didn't
He didn't kiss her.
do it.
So she's, like, mad at the girl because, like, because the girl offers him a piece of cake first, and she's like, no, I want to cut it. I'm gonna do it.
And she cuts it and gives him a slice.
With the fox's head on it.
And he takes a bite and just fucking again
He's like, oh,
skedaddles.
sorry, I have to go.
And then next shot we see him like throwing it in the trash.
We also get, like, the women fighting because, like, Josephine's mad that the guy didn't kiss him, but it gets, like...
Well, she starts getting like he's weird, like there's something wrong with him.
Right, so now she's on the, like, the crazy... Like, she's
on the crazy train.
The he's crazy
Yeah.
train.
And
so he goes outside and he sees the foxtail sticking out of the
and we know what's gonna happen. We know. But he comes back and then so they're still talking and they're like, we should all play a game, and Josephine's being like dismissive, like he probably couldn't even do hopscotch, like he can't do anything, he's weird. And then he comes back and she's like, let's play a game. And he's like, game?
And
then
she's like, I know, we'll play hide and seek.
hide and seek, and then they explain it to him, and they get started.
The way they explain it to him is that like they're the hunters and they're hunting
So there's a hunter, and there's like
prey.
prey,
Yeah.
and
So whoever is the hunter has to hunt down the prey, and that's how they explain it to him.
so the
And
first,
he immediately understands.
yeah, the first is Josephine is the hunter, and then the other Jessica and him are hiding.
Yep.
So they just hide in a closet, and he starts sitting there, and he basically starts telling her like, "You're like that parrot.
You're trapped here.
You're trapped here. Like you can't leave."
And as he's saying it, like Josephine finds him.
Well, Jessica starts saying like, "No, you don't understand. Like I'm fine. Like I can go whenever I want." And then Josephine finds them and is like, "Oh, that was easy." And then he's the hunter now.
Yep. So, we get a quick shot of Josephine hiding behind a curtain
With a knife, the giant switchblade.
And then Jessica's like looking for a hiding spot.
Yeah. And then he starts wandering around, and we see him start sniffing.
Yep.
He starts sniffing more and more, and then we see like a silhouette behind a curtain.
And then he like pulls back the curtain. She
Finds
screams,
Jessica.
and like she's like, "You startled me!" And so she runs away.
And so she's done. She goes into the room that Josephine is hiding in, and she starts talking to her, and is like, she basically says that she found the fox, except of its the meat was gone.
It's just the fur.
Just the fur. So that's the only thing left, and she's like accusing Anderson of doing it and saying that he's fucked up, he's weird, he's dangerous.
So Jessica's like, well, I want to see the fox. Show me the fox. Like, prove it. Because she's thinking at this point, she's thinking Josephine's the crazy one.
She's thinking she's the crazy one.
So
she also mentions like, you said the same things about Simon.
Yeah.
Like you said, Simon was fucked up and crazy. And they go out to the trash can. There's nothing. Because our guy cleans up his evidence.
He knew.
So he got rid of it, and Josephine's freaking the fuck out. While Jessica's just like, oh, she's crazy.
So they go back into the parlor, and Anderson just wants more champagne.
He opens up another bottle.
And starts pouring it and drinking it.
But Josephine comes in, is all pissed off, and just makes like a comment, like, you two look like such a lovely couple, and just like storms off to bed.
Yeah, so Jessica chases after her.
And she's like, we should all go to bed.
So now our dude Anderson goes back to his little hidey hole, and contacts the mothership again,
and says that he needs there's not enough. I need an alternative supply.
Yes.
He doesn't say of what yet, but we will know.
Yep. It all makes sense now.
Yes, it does.
So
then it's the next morning, and we see Anderson is walking around by a pond with some swans in it.
So basically, we forgot to mention that Anderson said that he should probably leave like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like the night that they all like kind of got crazy.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm gonna leave tomorrow.
Yeah.
So he's in the yard, and he sees two swans in a pond,
and he kind of starts like essentially hunting them, but Josephine is following him around.
Yep.
With a knife.
With a giant switchblade. And so she like follows him around, and he's like about to pounce on the swans, and Jessica wakes up
and starts yelling for her name.
Yep. And so Josephine goes back inside, and then we get and then so they're talking something I can't remember, and then they go outside
because they hear screaming.
Yep. And they see Anderson flailing around in the pond,
and then they hop in because he can't swim, and then
my favorite cut.
So
for like 30 seconds, they're trying to help him in, and then for no reason whatsoever,
none,
just absolute mad lad shit here.
This is big brain.
They go
insanity.
into a 2-minute slow-mo scene
of them
Anderson flailing around and hitting them in the face with his arms, and like them like making like well,
we don't hear them.
No,
we just see it's just the music.
Well, they're all making like these disgusted faces.
Yeah,
and like he's like flailing around in this black water.
Yeah,
It's
And
like
then
muddy and like
it's
cruddy.
insane, but it goes on for like 2 minutes of them like desperately trying to get him out of the pond,
Yeah.
and he's just flailing like a lunatic.
I lost. You can attest to this.
You paused
I had to pause the movie
because you were laughing so
because
hard.
I was laughing like a goddamn maniac.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why, but it is the funniest shit. Like, it is so fucking funny. Like, if you watch any scene from this movie, I feel like you have to have context for this one, but
It's better in context of the movie.
but like just okay, so just watching this movie.
It's because it's so out of nowhere.
Well, here's the thing. Here's I think why it broke me. We're watching this movie where a bunch of random shit is happening, right?
Yeah.
Like just like random shit that I have no
Yeah.
idea like what way is up,
Yeah.
like where is sideways, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like a bunch of random shit is happening. This is the last thing I expected them to do, and they just throw in this random slow-mo scene,
nonsense.
and my brain just melted
For 2 minutes.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
And the fact that it lasted like 2 minutes straight, like I think that made me just like it shattered. Like
Yeah.
it blew my brain up.
Yeah, for no reason.
And
None.
I couldn't handle myself, and I lost my shit and laughed like a fucking maniac for like 2 minutes.
It's fucking craziness. And it goes on for 2 minutes.
It was insane.
But
I love it.
They rescue him, and they drag his ass back to the house.
So they sit him back in the chair, and Josephine just throws a towel at him.
Like, clean yourself up. And, they all leave, and he's hungry. Because he didn't get his swan.
Yep. So he
But
looks
what
at
is
the
there?
bird.
The fucking parrot.
Parrot. So the Josephine's drying off and is starting to go a little psycho
Yeah.
because she thinks that Anderson is like this crazy guy.
Yeah.
And
Jessica is essentially saying that she wants to leave.
yep, she wants to leave, and Josephine's like, "No, you can't leave."
She's like, no, I'm leaving. Like, Anderson said he's going to London. Like, I'm going with him.
And she's like, you forget that this is my house. I can leave whenever I
Yeah.
want.
She's like, no, you
can't leave. You're
you
mine.
think you can leave? Like, yeah, you're mine, essentially.
Yeah, she basically says like, I own you.
Yeah.
Like you're not going anywhere.
And
Jessica freaks out.
she freaks out. She runs back to where Anderson is.
Well, no, remember she goes and loads her tries to load her suitcase, and Jessica follows her in there.
Yeah.
And then they go out to the atrium, and they see the bird cage on the ground.
And that there's no bird in there.
And Jessica, in her rage,
Freaks the fuck out.
and thinks that Josephine killed the parrot to spite her.
And and they start fighting, and then Josephine gets the upper hand, and Jessica's on the ground. She takes her head and smacks it against this it's like a wooden
It's like a
guard.
a little guard to guard a tree.
Yeah.
And she smacks her head and knocks Jessica out.
And then Anderson just kind of stands there, and she just tells him take her upstairs.
Yep.
And so he takes her upstairs,
Sets her down and then leaves.
and then she tells him leave, and she basically what she says, she assumes that he's an escaped mental patient.
Right.
That's the assumption she makes.
So she sits down next to Jessica and is like, "You'll never leave me now."
Yeah.
And then leaves and grabs a shovel.
We see her with a shovel,
and
walking
goes
out, being
into a random part of the garden.
and ranting to herself, that you bitch, you think
bitch,
you try to leave me?
You little bitch, you'll never leave me again, you little bitch.
But we see Anderson just chilling, and he walks upstairs.
Kitty goes back to the house.
Walks upstairs. Jessica wakes up. She was just knocked out, and again she's saying that they're gonna leave together.
Right, and
But he's just standing there. He's like, "You can't leave.
Josephine owns you."
I saw you." Because they're next to the bed that they fucked on, that he saw them fucking on, and he's like, "I saw you.
Josephine owns you.
You're hers.
Well, and then we get a
You
cut.
belong together."
And we get a cut of Josephine just insistently just shoveling this,
Digging this hole.
digging its grave. It's like, you little bitch.
Yeah. And then
and then
Jessica's like, Well, what if I say I'm yours?
What if you own me? Then will you take me away
Will you
from
take me
here?
away? And she starts like putting her
Taking
hand
his clothes
up
off.
his shirt, and then it cuts to him like laying on the bed with Jessica naked, trying to like
Seduce him.
basically get him to
Do the deed.
get his thing up.
So she like reaches down in his pants, and that like I guess
It activates.
sparks something in him.
It triggers.
So he like rolls. You hear like almost a cracking sound.
Yeah.
I think it was the bed.
Well,
but,
I
like,
thought no. At
I
first,
thought it was her neck.
I thought he like broke
Like he just killed her trying
I
to like
thought-
mount her. Like Jesus.
I thought he like mounted her so hard that he fucking broke her goddamn spine.
So like he
But
like,
instead
he
he, like-
rolls her and like
He rips off her underwear,
just starts going at it.
just going at it,
And like
she's digging it.
she likes it, and then so like he gets like way too excited, and like he starts like his eyes start turning red, and then like and then like his like claws come out, and then like she like starts screaming because she sees him as a cat, as the cat man,
Came too hard, Will.
the cat man, because he turned. It's funny because he pivots up and is like. Like goes into full cat mode like during climax.
Will, pussy too good.
Pussy likes the pussy.
Pussy too good. Okay.
So
Couldn't fucking do
he
it.
gets so energized that he just fucking rips her jugular out.
Yeah.
Just like
And starts
takes
eating
a
it.
big bite. And
starts fucking eating it.
And Josephine comes back into the house and sees. He turns around and he has like a piece of skin like hanging.
Just hanging from his mouth.
And he's full cat mode again.
And she freaks the fuck out and runs
screams
away.
And runs away. Well, I mean, that's a pretty good reaction.
Yeah,
I guess.
Will.
I would. So she runs away and like she runs through the garden. I don't know why she runs back to the grave, but she
I don't know.
falls into the grave, and we just see like just Anderson like just staring at her like from outside the grave, and
With his face all bloody.
she screams again, and it fades to black.
And then we see Anderson leaving the house, going into this like shed,
Yep, he picks up a little like communication thing,
and makes the call.
and he says,
I found a great source of protein.
"So, and they're an easy target." As we see kids walking across the screen,
And he says basically start the invasion.
yeah, like we have a food source. It's high in protein,
And they fucking dumb.
and they dumb.
They fucking dumb.
That was the information he was gathering
That's
the
it.
whole time.
They just need protein.
End of movie.
End of movie.
To serve man.
To serve pussy.
Yes.
And I will just say one more thing. In the credits, I mean, I'm sure other movies have done this. Pornos.
Oh,
They list they credit like the store, I guess, that they got the
it was
lingerie from.
the company that made the lingerie.
Yeah,
So
but they credit it.
I'm pretty sure I read like kind of his filmography. I think this guy has done some softcore porns.
Shocking.
I know, right?
Shock.
They didn't have any funny titles, but I was reading a few of the descriptions, and it's definitely like softcore porn.
It's fucking.
It's just 70s
It's just
porn.
fucking.
He directed 70s porn,
What a man.
and then he directed a movie that I really want to watch.
What a man.
Um,
What a man. What a man.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I liked this movie. It is weird as shit.
I dig it.
It's strange, but it like somehow works. Like, it's just, I think it's just like you have to like just go with it. Like, you can't like go into this thinking about anything, because if you think about it, like it's not a good movie. But like, there's so much random shit happening that just keeps you entertained the whole movie. Like, it's just things happen.
And they don't stop.
For an hour and 17 minutes, and they don't stop, and then you get that slow-mo scene, you're broken, and then things continue to happen.
And in some way, and it all makes sense.
I don't know, it's like...
It all makes sense in the end.
Like, the acting's not the greatest, but it's not the worst we've seen.
No.
The filmography is not terrible, so... it all makes sense. Like they
It all makes
thread it
sense.
together. And for like I was reading the trivia, apparently they wrote the script as it was being filmed.
Which is funny.
The fact that they wrote the script as it was being filmed
Is
and
weird.
still made it coherent.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
I've never seen a movie do that.
Yeah.
But then again, I've never seen a movie like this, and I probably will never see a movie.
Yeah,
like
you've never
this
seen a
again.
movie that has it's about a lesbian couple living in a house in the countryside with a softcore sex scene with them and a fucking an alien trying to be a man.
They get invaded by an alien,
Trying to be a man who dresses up in drag and loves champagne,
and then drowns slow mo for 2
and then
minutes.
fucks one of them so hard. Pussy's so good that he turns pussy.
He turns into a kitty, and then
Rips her jugular out.
chases another woman into a grave, and then says, "Start the invasion. They're high in protein." Like,
Who the you'll never see.
whoever, like, seriously, name me one movie that has anything like that.
They don't.
You can't. That's my final thought. This movie is so unique. It is so just random and like, but they make it make sense.
And hey, they don't
Shy away from it.
they don't skimp around on the like lesbian content.
No,
Because we did watch another movie
Oh yeah,
where the description said the villain is a lesbian, and then you
which
watch
is
the movie and it's just
not.
like, wait, what? No.
well, like
Now this, make no mistake.
it's pretty like, I don't know, like you don't see a lot of that in like 70s movies unless you're watching softcore porn.
Especially horror.
Like in horror movies, like an alien invasion movie, like you hardly ever see like anything with like lesbians or anything.
Or
like
any,
that.
yeah.
So this is like the first time I've ever seen that, and it's pretty cool. Like
And yeah,
I don't know, like it's not like me trying to be like, oh yeah, like lesbians have a sex scene, that's cool. I think it's pretty progressive actually.
it is.
Like I like seeing that in films where they don't shy away from like showing like
Well, imagine
Like-
walking into a theater
and watching
in
this.
1977.
I would be blown away. I would be like, this is incredible.
I mean, even now,
Like I can dig this.
it's still crazy.
It's still good. I don't know. Like I liked it for how unique it was, and it's pretty damn progressive.
I dig it.
Like I don't know. I like it.
I dig it.
I liked it a lot, and it's not like necessarily the greatest movie. It's not good per se, but it's so unique and so random that you just want to keep watching to see what happens next.
You know what it is? It's prey.
Yeah.
That is one of the final lines in the movie. It's prey.
Yeah, because he says the prey. I found prey or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
Bring the hunters.
Yeah.
I found prey.
So.
They even name drop it.
But yeah, I don't know. That was prey. It was good. It's
good.
Just, it's just go watch it. Like I can't.
It's on YouTube.
It's like,
It's on YouTube, full fucking nudity and all.
yeah, just go watch it.
Like, there's no excuse. Watch it.
Yeah.
It's an hour and 17 minutes. That's it.
That's all you have to do, and it's entertaining the entire time.
An hour
Because
and 17
you're just
minutes.
like you're constantly wondering what the fuck is gonna happen
Yeah.
next, and that's why I love this movie
Watch it.
because it
At the
is
very least, you can tell your friends.
it is the most unpredictable, one of the most unpredictable movies I've ever watched.
Oh, yeah.
Like I did not predict anything
Especially
that
for
was
a
gonna
fucking
happen.
alien movie.
Yeah.
Alien invasion. Yeah.
Shitty or pretty? I'm gonna rate it pretty high, actually. Like
I was
just,
thinking.
just for the uniqueness and for like how just random, but like how everything makes sense, and like we couldn't predict anything.
I was thinking of giving it a 7, but just because I'm feeling generous and because the more I think about it, the more I just like there's a lot that appealed to me. I'm gonna say an 8.
See, and I was getting, I don't know, like it's like funny. We always have the same rating for movies, but like. You know, like we both made this podcast together. We're both friends. We
Shocking.
have pretty much the same taste in movies.
Apparently.
So I don't like it's not surprising to me that we would have the same rating because I want to give it an 8 too.
Yeah.
I almost was gonna give it a 9 just for the slow-mo scene because it literally I've not laughed that hard at a movie we've watched since the Help Me I'm Possessed.
It's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
We're gonna play a game. Don't worry about it. Don't even.
You and your evil.
It's. See, I was gonna give it a 7, just because like I do think there's things that I would like maybe improve.
There's a lot of things I would improve probably, but like I don't know.
But then the more I think about it, the more I just think that like it's worth it.
It's just its own thing.
It is.
That's what I like about it.
It's
its own thing. They did what they set out to do, and we gotta enjoy it.
And hey, it's like one location. You basically, for the entire movie, there's only 3 actors.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's good.
I'm actually really glad that like I got to watch a movie like this. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like it's kind of refreshing. Hey, but like
Will, you know what I'm gonna tell you? Remember this movie. Remember the good times. Because soon
are the bad times ahead of us.
Remember?
Oh yeah. Can we just not do 100th episode and just like
it's happening? Do you know how much?
Can we just do like 99 and a half?
No.
99 and 3/4.
It's gonna be. You know what's gonna be funny is movies like this are gonna seem even better,
dude. Like Grizzly and Claws are gonna like
fuck Claws. Grizzly, yes.
I love
Claws.
Grizzly.
No. No.
Oh, it's gonna be so bad.
You guys don't know.
You will know on our 100th episode. Trust me, you'll know.
Oh my god. We'll you know
I'm
what?
not.
We'll fucking episode 99. We'll tell you what we're doing.
Yeah, 99. Not right now though, because this is a 99.
No, not right now.
We're barreling towards it.
But we're getting.
Why do you think we've like not recorded the past few Sundays?
Is that what the excuse is?
We're trying to slow it down. I mean, it's not that I'm busy, and I'm sorry that I couldn't record the podcast. But
unacceptable. No.
Let's just make an excuse. It's because I don't want the 100th episode.
We don't want the future.
I mean, I do want it. It's kind of a milestone. I'm excited for it, but
yeah, it's a milestone, but
what we have to do for it,
things.
What I have to do for it,
the things we will do.
Alex, what I have to do for it, I'm scared.
This is your own choice. I didn't do this.
You didn't.
You chose this fucking.
I did. And
I chose the format, and then you're just like, I'm gonna fuck myself.
I'm gonna take it to 11, and I'm gonna do it. I am.
Treasure, pray. Treasure.
And
hold it.
Well, I'll tell you on the 99th episode, but treasure me sounding coherent through an entire episode.
We're about to watch some shit. We're about to do some shit that will make like everything we've done now seem like Einstein. Okay.
So just know. Get excited for the 100th episode. Also, more news. We've decided live stream.
Yeah.
It's not going to be this Sunday.
Right now.
Yeah, we're doing it right now. Fuck it, we'll do it live. No, we're going to do this Sunday's Father's Day, so it's not really doable then. But so 23rd.
23rd, yep.
Is when we're doing they mostly come out at night live stream. The shit games, and we apologize for May, but we just forgot. Let's be honest. To err is human, we just forgot. And we missed it too, because I miss those shit games. I hate that I'm a glutton for punishment, because I miss playing shit games, and that's really bad. I don't know why that is happening.
It's your life now.
I felt empty without that live stream. It was weird.
Yeah, this is your life now.
A piece of me was missing without those shit games.
You are a shit game now. You are what you consume.
It's true.
We are all shit.
We are shit.
I am the shitty shit.
Will and Alex, shit. Literal shit.
I think we should end it there.
Yep.
This has been shit.
And this has been also shit.
And we are the mostly shit at shit.
Shit.
Shit. Shitty shit.
Shit.